Good morning, good morning, good morning, YouTube viewers. Good morning, Fourth Nation. Good morning to all people, all colors, all races around the world, no matter where you are, men, women, and children. May you have the most beautiful day. May you have the most wonderful day. And for whatever goals that you have set forth for yourself on this day, may those goals come to fruition. And may those goals be a positive benefit for all of our earth and the earthlings which reside in it. So, you're going to hear me use that word earthling a lot because we're at that time now, and what we really have to realize is that, what I have to realize is that I can stay shut. As life comes, and as light comes, and as consciousness comes, as well as the facts. And I want to deal with facts today. So this is about knowledge. So for all people who are worried about, next month's addition to the house, or next month buy a new car, or next year buy a this channel is not for you, although these are the things that you want in life. But knowledge and light is conscious only when it involves everything that exists around. I know that was kind of deep, but I want to get into what this topic is because it's going to be kind of long, so I want you to bear with me. So today we're standing in a place where I did many videos, a place that I actually fell in love with from as a child to when I moved here as an adult. But as I look out and you look at the sky, this is not cloud, this is not haze, this is a fire that's burning. And this fire is completely engulfed the East Coast. Now, I'm not even in a state near or next to this fire. I'm in between states away, no matter which direction towards Canada. I'm a state within, so I'm on a triangle. So, and the smoke has gone beyond that. The smoke is going, further. So I read yesterday as far as Pennsylvania, and it's worse towards Pennsylvania, but then again, you're up near Canada, so I can understand that, as far as East Coast. But where we are, we've never experienced anything. I looked and I looked, but we haven't experienced anything like this. So another record breaker that I said over a year ago that this was going to happen. When the fires were burning out west, I said that for the East Coast because of scientific facts. The earth is changing. Has nothing to do with God, has nothing to do with religion, has nothing to do with anything. It's just what this earth does. So we fail as a people. Let's get into where we fail as a people and what we can do. So today's topic is, are humans too stupid? And vote 24, in parentheses, vote 2024, evil or hate. Now, I want to give an example of what this whole it's that I'm sharing with you, this knowledge that I'm sharing with you. I want to show you a way that you can see it in simple terms, but yet and still, when I explain to you the effects of how simple it is when you put it into realistic terms, you'll disagree. But yet and still, you're going to agree with this example. So, and the reason I'm doing this is because I always, in every video, all the way through, I pointed out brainwash. And for people who feel that they're not brainwashed, this channel ain't for you. But if everything around you is changed, and you're realizing that a lot of the things you believe, no longer believe, then you were brainwashed. That's what brainwashing is. But now, to what extent? So this is why I always explain why brainwashing happens, what is the ultimate goal of brainwashing, and what is the price you, me, and we, as a world, we pay for existing in the blind, trusting other people to do things for us. Something that, as the brainwashing is from birth. So I'm going to use a printing press, right? So we know that most people read news on their phones, but when you go into a doctor's office, or you go into a hospital, or you go into anything from corporate, you'll see a space and they'll have some magazines laid out. And these are all done on a printing press. So now, let's say that this printing press is printing out across the page. Every, thousands of copies got this line going across it. So it's not perfect. So what we do with this printing press is we say, well, let's put more parts to it, and that'll make it right. But yet and still, that line still comes, and years go by. You keep throwing parts into it, throwing new parts into it, throwing new parts into it. Parts, remember the word object, because these switched with parts. So you throw parts into it, and you still got that line. At what point do you realize that this thing is broken and can never be fixed? So go and buy a printing press, or go buy a digital printing press. Well, this is what we're doing with that vote 2024, and this is what we're doing with voting. And the reason that these printing press and voting are one and the same is because ever since my existence, Everything is corrupt. There's no Democratic side. There's no Republican side. There's no in between. Anyone who is at top level is corrupt. The whole world is corrupt. So this is why it was written throughout history. The whole world is lying in the hands of the wicked ones. And the ones that we vote for, the ones that we select, are just as evil as the ones that they were speaking about back in history. So if all these systems are broke, not just here, not just in other countries, and we see that we are being enslaved, we see that our children are being enslaved, we even see that a lot of the problems that exist in our world are created by these same people that are in these offices. So at what point do we get rid of that printing press? At what point do we as a world wake up and say, hey, I'm going above this? I have an obligation to my children. I have an obligation to the earth that we live on. And the way that you are treating this earth, the way that you are treating humans, are like objects. Like an object, and this is the way that they see us as humans. The people in these political offices all over the world, they see us as objects. They don't see us as humans, having no morals, no worth, and they don't respect you. All they care about is saying what you want to hear so that you can get the vote, so that they can run to a corporation, and then the corporation can dictate what, we'll put money into this area, but we're going to take money away from here. Money into this country, but we're going to start a war in this country. And this is what has been happening. At what point do we wake up and say, who really is to blame? Who really is to blame? So around other people, and these people are talking about this brainwashing, chaotic stuff about, oh, I can't wait, I'm going to vote for so-and-so, I'm going to vote. They're evil. They are not going to do you any good. All they're going to do is give you the privilege to take them out. Literally. That's the only privilege that you got. Because money is spread out amongst all different nationalities and all races. Because you have to use this money system in order to corrupt things around people, the environment. So what we're running to vote for is something that is beyond broken. And people are too cowardice to say, you know what? I don't agree with any of you. I think all of you should be removed. Everyone that's in these offices should be moved out. And let all new people in. Not someone who they pass on, their grandchild comes in. When the grandchild passes on, their grandchild comes in. It's a system that is broken, and it's a system that is evil and full of hate. No matter what side you vote for, no matter who you are, no matter what country you do this in. Evil is running this world. And if we as a people say that, oh, we just have to deal with it, then this is where your resurrection, this is where your afterlife, this is what you'll be born back into. And, sadly, the fact that, we're in a war right now. We are in a physical war. So religiously, they call it Armageddon. Alien-wise, they call it alien invasion because, everything is opening up. There are things that are on this earth that are not from Earth. They're not human. Just like humans that are on this earth. I did in the last video that we are not even humans. Humans are genetic manipulated beings from these Anunnaki beings that came here and did what they did to us. Changed our colors, changed our language, made us slaves, made us dig gold. And we've been slaves ever since. So the same systems that they ran on us are still running today. And the way that you know this, if you say that these Anunnaki beings are not who history has said that they are, at this myth, then answer me this. Number one, their writings are way older than the Bibles that you have today. The religions, they go farther back than anything that's written today. They also tell you about other planets that were populated as well as the moon. And let me get this just one step further. If everything that is with them, you want to believe that they are myths, that they don't exist, that they were never here, that this is something that people made up. Number one, why are your streets still designed by blueprints that they left behind? Why is your money system still running the same way and your tax system running the same way as what they did, what they started? What if your educational system and your religion are running in the same process, in the same way that these people that they want us to believe that they didn't exist? And these people have been all over the world, these beings, I should say. So, we have an obligation as earthlings, because there was a time, and even they say this, not me, they say this in their writings, that we were already here. But because when you get conscious, you understand where you came from. You understand your soul. And this is the reason why chosen ones are protected in a way that most people are not. Chosen are because the fallen themselves, these Anunnaki beings and their little gatekeepers that they got, they know exactly the energy they know who you are. They know exactly who you are, and they know that you know them. So therefore, as being cowards and having the divine right to experience this experience, to be able to go back to the High Council and to the All, the creator of even them, the ones you're running around calling God, even the creator of them, fears. So if I know that I was sent by this council, if I know that I was sent by this All, if I know things that existed in the past, before even social media came out, while I was in school, as a kid and knowing these things and experiencing these things. And then coming into consciousness, I'm here to take account. So therefore, just as Enoch, in all religion, Enoch said himself, he's the most important person in any religion. He's the most important person in religion right now. So Enoch himself said, Anunnaki beings, he said when they were judged, because they can't go back to their home planet, which you call heaven. They can't go back to Nibiru. They can't go back to their home planet. Mars has been destroyed, so that's the other race that came down here and had sex with our women and put their brand on Earthlings. So these two races are fallen. But Enoch said that there would be these ones that were from the very, very beginning who will come to watch and experience and hold an account, which means that I'm not here to save anyone, because I don't have that type of power. That's the power that the all offers. Everything that the all offers is here and here. When we take on a physical avatar, as you would like, or a physical body, we lose everything. We lose consciousness of who we were and who we were before we existed. But Enoch spoke about these people, and you're looking at one. But I'm not just one. There are on the face of this earth. But the thing is, the reason that this message is so important is because when the last watcher, when the last person on this earth of light, because remember, people of light are falling away from light. Remember, social media and all this other popularity, validation, a lot of people who had light now are using it for a profit. And they no longer possess light, but they know how to manipulate light. This is what they mean by their price is greater than you or me. Not you or me, but anyone else that's out there. We'll pay, for being a person of light, you pay a higher price when you fall away. So, we're running out of time. And we're running out of time, meaning that there was a 5-year period, meaning that we would never see 2030. We'll never see it, number one. Let's get that clear. We'll never see 2030. Some of us will. Some will. Small percentage. I'd say over 3/4 of the nation is going to go. And this is not due to these beings. It's due to because the earth does this. And this is why I say it's important for us to start asking questions about how we're going to fortify earth that we live on. How are we going to stop this process or be in a place where people can survive? Moving people away from the shorelines, number one. But corporations won't do that. The evil system that won't do that. They leave you right there in harm's way. And do you know that you can't even get insurance for your home or property or belongings if it is on a coastline? Look it up for yourself. So these things are changing because they know what's to come. The only ones who don't know what's to come is you and the people that are around. And as long as we stay in this small little bubble, this microcosm, then we'll continue to be this earth. And I want to leave you with this and why I do what I do. When the Creator created all of this, He gave everyone a home, everything a purpose. These fallen were, they started stuff and where they were cast out. They came here, and when they came here, they brought corruption. They manipulated with us genetically. That is a crime. It's a crime, and they know it. But we don't have to continuously fall into that crime, because this earth was made for earthlings. Do you know that you're not to charge anything for anything? Did you know that the reason that they came was because gold was in the water? Think about how much they stole, how much gold, how many minerals they stole from our planet, took to their planet, still ripping us off. And whatever they're not ripping off, you got corporations taking what's left over. So know who's creating your problem. Know that your vote is not, the stupidity in humanity is that their vote is going to make a change, no matter who you vote for. Like, oh, this one person, and this is the gene that they put into you. You're looking for God when you should be looking within yourself. Because once you realize you have an obligation to not only yourself, but this world, this earth, then things become a lot better. You get rid of things like greed. You get rid of things like hate. You get rid of all these other things. And you start showing more understanding. You start to learn things more. You're more open to what life is all about. And a lot of the mental problems that you have, a lot of that are on this earth, you got to thank your local pharmacist for it. Because these problems are created. So, are humans stupid? Are we any smarter than that printing press? The broken one that has the line going through it. And every copy is imperfect. Meaning our regeneration, imperfect, running on the same system. It's the system, it's not the world, and it's not earthly. It's the system which they're under. So you can speak both, you can speak change, but at the end of the day, know that 2030 is going to be here sooner than we know it. And what's going on with these fires right now, we may not make it. Very well not make it, because we are also, number two, we're in hurricane season as well as typhoon season. And these are all historically record-breaking storms and events. They are not going to sound. They are not going to get better. So for those of you who want to stay in this delusion, eat and drink for today. For tomorrow, we are to die. So that's the momentum, and that's what you carry with those who want to have a better day. The way we change the earth is to not condone what it is that those people tried to push or what they tried to influence. Because when you shut down their vibration, you shut down power that they have over humanity, in which they have all enslaved. So with that, everyone, have a beautiful day. For whatever goals, men, women, children, that you have set for yourself, may those make the earth a better place. May it make the people that are around you better to one another. And may you do these things out of love. Not out of power, not out of control, not out of pushing, not out of manipulation. And never seek a follower. Do what Jesus said and go to the next person. So when you do nice things, don't go back to the person who did the nice thing for you. Yeah, sure, thank that person. But go and find the person and do exactly what that person did for you. The thing that you thought was godly or spiritual or nice, you go and do it to the next person. That's what it means to go and make it of others. So those were people of light. This is what we're obligated to do. This is our purpose. And our purpose is here because we know that this is over. This is over. So with that, everyone, have a beautiful day. Be the best that you can be. Hope your goals and your dreams, that they come true, and that we all can live a better and brighter day. But let's all prepare for what's to come. With that, everyone, peace and blessings.